Welcome to the fourth annual Guy Carpenter Monte Carlo press briefing. I'm Alex Moczarski, President and CEO of Guy Carpenter Company. Today, I have the pleasure of moderating a panel that includes several of our firm's senior leaders. We'll be discussing our outlook for the industry and the opportunities that exist despite an extraordinary degree of uncertainty as we begin Rendez-Vous 2011. I would ask you to save your questions until the end of the presentations, where we will have a Q&A session. But first, and on a serious note, it has become customary at this briefing to remember the victims of September the 11th, terror attacks on New York and Washington. Tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of that dreadful time, that dreadful day. That was a defining moment for our industry and for so many of us who lost friends and colleagues in the attacks. Each of them remains in our thoughts. I'd like to begin by properly introducing myself, as this is my first time here with you. I've been in the industry for a little over 30 years. I joined Guy Carpenter in April from our sister company, Marsh, where I had been involved with and run that firm's international division over 18 years. And I spent the previous 14 years with a global underwriter. I want to say that I'm thrilled to be here. I'm excited to work with such an intelligent, talented, and dedicated group of professionals. Now I also want to share something that I think really captures the uniqueness of this firm and its people, our brand new advertising campaign. This is where extraordinary thinking gets real. What does this mean? It describes the area between an idea and execution. This is where Guy Carpenter operates. It means intellectual innovation, creativity, determination, deep and wide expertise, a global approach, the industry's most sophisticated tools and smartest people, the best research and analytics, the unique ability to see opportunities in any market, develop them, and quickly put them to work on behalf of our clients. It's precisely what I have observed in my 6 months at the firm, and it's where our energies are focused going forward. That capability is particularly relevant in a market like the one we're in now, where it is far from clear where the opportunities do lie. And that spirit is embodied in the senior Guy Carpenter executives on the panel with me today. Chris Klein is Managing Director, Head of Sales Operations and Market Relationships for EMEA. He'll be discussing the state of the global insurance market and how it seems to have lost direction. Nick Franklin is the CEO of EMEA, and he'll be providing a reinsurance pricing outlook for Europe. And finally, Bill Kennedy is the CEO of Global Analytics and Advisory, and he'll discuss the current issues within reinsurance analytics, including some groundbreaking research his team has done into catastrophe models and their impact. Before I pass the podium to Chris, I'd like to frame today's issues. The market is adrift, directionless. There is very little indication and virtually no conviction of the market's next move. And that's a tough environment in which to do business. Why is the market adrift? In large part because uncertainty has run rampant. In my 30-plus years in the business, I've rarely seen a market so riddled with it. This year's earthquakes in Asia Pacific far exceeded expectations. Tornadoes have shocked North America. Catastrophe model changes earlier this year created in many cases an unexpected spike in loss estimates. Here in Europe, the sovereign debt crisis drags on with no end in sight, increasing counterparty credit risk concerns and diminishing banks' propensity to lend. And Solvency II looms, still without clarity on its full scope or time frame. Reserves could be entering a tightening cycle. The potential for inflation is unclear. What will that mean for corporate performance, which has been so dependent recently on reserve releases? Not surprisingly, every CEO in this industry is asking the same question. It was a question I used to ask when I was a CEO as well at AIU. How do we achieve growth in this directionless market? We agree that the current climate is uncertain at best, but we believe that growth opportunities do exist or can be created by cool minds with access to the right insight, right tools, and right transactional capabilities. As insurance professionals, we must remember that a market such as this can actually work to our advantage. Uncertainty equals risk, which for us, unlike virtually any other industry, equals opportunity. New and old risks can be securitized. Non-traditional approaches can be used to counter the squeeze on reserves. New and emerging markets can be developed and capitalized, while changing demographics in mature markets offer new opportunities. New tools and strategies, such as predictive modeling based on real data rather than fixed assumptions, can be employed to more effectively manage and monetize old or evolving risks. So the opportunities for growth amid all this uncertainty do exist, if you know where to look, and if you have the wherewithal to realize them. That's what Guy Carpenter is all about, and it's what our panelists are here to discuss today. So with that, I invite Chris Klein to begin with an overview of the global market and how it lost its way.